We are dying in a third world country called Nigeria. Have you ever wondered how the most evil man on this entire planet Earth looks like? I'm gonna be telling you how it looks like. He's the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has killed a lot of people in this country.
Okay, pay for Tinubu yẹn. Ṣé Tinubu bá mú security lẹ̀ tí àwọn security tight ní country. Ẹni okay, tí CBI bá lọ serve ní just yẹn. Tí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ ní sọ pé kí láwọn security ṣe wọ́n tún wá fẹ́ lọ wọ́n tún fẹ́ lé àwọn bandit yẹn àwọn sójà tún wá lọ lé àwọn boys tó fẹ́ lé àwọn bandit pé káwọn náà kọ́ fèsì wọn àwọn sójà odidi sójà tó ń protest wọ́n tún lọ lé àwọn bandit yẹn tọ́mọ tẹ̀yìn bá wà ní just tí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé ní yín máa dùn ẹ ní sọ pé ìjọba kò sí security a lè rìn a lè ṣe ọkàn ẹ tún kó sí aṣọ APC mo dẹ̀ sọ fún yín lánàá ẹ fọjọ́ làwọn ọmọ yín ẹ fi máa tẹ̀lé APC ṣèbí no ìtorí ráìsì ṣèbí kíni àbí kí gbogbo àkàfẹnu kò sí ìjọba ọjà ẹ.
It's been a long time coming, but I mean, it just keeps getting worse. From these killings, kidnappings, banditry, series of terrorist activities just happening like it's no man's business. You know, not to talk of, you know, economic hardship that the people have to suffer. People are suffering, you know, they can hardly feed their families, you know, and high cost of living, you know, food insecurity, you know, lack of employment, you know, bad roads, you know, the youth are just on the streets, nothing is happening, lack of proper education, bad health care, you know, we can go on and on and on and on, you know, but I think the greatest challenge of all, the biggest issue that we have is that we are at home with these problems. And it happens and it's like, oh yeah, it's our normal, you know. And for instance, you can hear that, I mean, you just wake up and you see that people have died.
Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're welcome to this Facebook page and YouTube channel. Guys, wonder shall never end. Yoruba boy, where mama go follow Tinubu, where go sing, with your mandate, we shall stand. The boy don't destroy mama, oh. You see mama for Tinubu palliative, where they share palliative, 5,000 and palliative. The boy see mama for video. I will play video for na milk na hear wetin the guy talk. The guys, you see, that's why sometimes when these people they make video, that's why we keep see, not be alone una dey Nigeria. Make una dey talk. Okay, they're not someone that speak good English. At least broken English is okay. That be our general language. Broken English. When I go speak broken English, make other people wey not the hear on Yoruba, make them see hear wetin you talk. Some people say they got to carry this video, go meet their Yoruba friend, make they interpret for them, make they help them watch the video, make they hear wetin the guy talk. The guy really said he is going to disown his own mother for supporting Tinubu. You go hear when the mama they beg go my pikin, I beg go. Tell her say 5,000 naira arise with all the insecurity taking place in the country. What happened is just watch this video. No, I'm gonna say some children not they play. Oh. Yeah. And this kind of voltage we need. You see your mama with Tinubu? Obi Kubana, all these people they share food they give your mama. Call and let her know say, my mama, you don't fuck up. You don't fuck up with all the things where you know say they take place in the country. You see, go stand with this government. The way this boy take comfort mama, make I play on the video. I go see show on another video. Yeah, watching this guy talk concerning Tinubu, and I go play on comedian Macaroni. Hear what he said. Hear what he said on this video. This guy they say, Nigerians, make we come outside though. That's the only. Anyways, let me just play you guys this 3 video. Watch first. Hear from this Yoruba guy. Hear what he said. We put out from mama body. Say him want disown in mama for supporting Tinubu. Watch the video.
Hello, mommy. Ẹ ṣáà gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní just. just gbọ́ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn tẹ́lọ̀ campaign fún lánàá wọn announce pé àwọn bandits wá blow ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn èèyàn lọ ní just. wọ́n campaign fún Tinubu yẹn ṣé tí Tinubu bá mú security lẹ̀ tí àwọn security tight ní country ẹni ọ̀pá ok tí Civic bá lọ sáàfù ní just yẹn tí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ ní sọ pé kí láwọn security ṣe ọtún wá fẹ́ lọ ọtún fẹ́ lé àwọn bandits yẹn àwọn sójà tó wá lọ lé àwọn bọ́ìsì tó fẹ́ lé àwọn bandits pé káwọn náà kọ́ fèsì wọn àwọn sójà odidi sójà tó ń protest ọtún lọ lé àwọn bandits yẹn tọmọ tẹ̀yìn bá wà ní just tí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé ní máa dùn ẹ ní sọ pé ìjọba kò sí security a lè rìn a lè ṣe ọkàn ẹ tún kó sí aṣọ APC mo dẹ̀ sọ fún yín lánàá ẹ fi ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ yín ẹ fi máa tẹ̀lé APC ṣèbí no ìtorí ráìsì ṣèbí kíni àbí kí gbogbo akafẹnu kò sí ìjọba ọjà ẹ fẹ́ ẹ má dàgbà tán àwọn ọmọ yín ló máa lọ sáàpù èmi òkú ní skul kan tí mò ń lọ èmi ok ọmọ yín máa lọ sáàpù ìyá ọmọ kan sì ọmọ kan ọwọ́ ìyá ẹ̀ báyìí ló kú sí lánàá tí ìyá ẹ̀ sunkún tí mò ń wo fídíò ẹ̀ báyìí ní Jos tó ṣẹlẹ̀ táwọn bá ń díjú pa tí ìjọ oya president tẹ́yìn lọ ṣe kiri fún sí kò jáde báyìí kò àdírẹ́sì Nàìjíríà kò sọ̀wọ́ kan ṣé president nìyẹn ṣé ìjọba nìyẹn yóò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ lásán country ẹ kó sáṣọ mọ owó yẹn yàrá dádì mi lánàá èló lọ fún dádì mi èló lọ fún wọn ṣọ́ọ́dì fún wọn lówó tó máa fi àṣì tó máa fi kọ́lé tó máa fi ṣoríire lórí 5,000 àti rice ẹ lọ pa ẹ máa ń dé ìtàn yẹn ẹ rọjò làwọn ọmọ yín ẹ lọ ẹ kó sáṣọ kẹtù tẹ̀lé wọn. ẹ lọ rí ẹ mọ nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ níjọ ẹ wá wo báwọn èèyàn ṣe kú lọ ní Jos president ò jáde báyìí kó sọ̀rọ̀ débi tí wọ́n kó máa àdírẹ́sì àwọn èèyàn ṣé tọmọ yín bá wà ní Jos yẹn tó lọ sáàbù bíbẹ̀ tí nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ṣẹ̀ ṣé ní yín máa dùn àní kò sí security ò sí kò sí iná kò sí ọ̀kan àwọn sójà tún lọ ń lé àwọn bọ́ìsì tó fẹ́ fèsì àwọn bandits àwọn sójà tún lọ ń yìnbọn tún lé wọn ṣé yẹ kó rí bẹ̀ bàtàwọn yẹn wá pààyàn tọ̀tọ̀ lọ tán làwọn sójà wá fi wọ́n lẹ̀ ọ́ lọ ẹni ṣe ọgbọ́n save ọmọ máa kú ní ẹ̀yìn wálé kí gbogbo akabẹ ẹ tún kó aṣáṣọ kẹwàá lọ sí ẹ̀ dìbò fún kíní kan.
We are dying in a third world country called Nigeria. Have you ever wondered how the most evil man on this entire planet Earth looks like? I'm gonna be telling you how it looks like. He's the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has killed a lot of people in this country. He forced his way into power. He can do anything to become the president of Nigeria. Nobody voted for this man, but yet he still become the president of Nigeria. All he does in Nigeria is promote corruption. All he does in Nigeria is promote criminality. The whole world, I'm calling out to the masses of this entire world to hear my voice, to do a massive protest to remove this man from power. This is beyond what Nigeria can do alone. This is beyond what we can do alone. We need this man out of power. This man is an ancestor, but he refused to surrender. The Gentiles are perishing. The Christians are being slaughtered. If this is what Muslims look like, I'd rather die to become a Muslim. What is going on with the entire world? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is killing us. There is a tremendous amount of poverty in this world that I live in. I feel so ashamed to say that I'm from Nigeria.
We have serious issues that we're dealing with in Nigeria at the moment, critical challenges, it's been a long time coming, but I mean, it just keeps getting worse. From killings, kidnappings, banditry, series of terrorist activities just happening like it's no man's business. Not to talk of, economic hardship that the people have to suffer. People are suffering, they can hardly feed their families, and high cost of living, food insecurity, lack of employment, bad roads. The youth are just on the streets, nothing is happening, lack of proper education, bad health care. We can go on and on and on and on. But I think the greatest challenge of all, the biggest issue that we have is that we are at home with these problems. And it happens, and it's like, oh yeah, it's our normal, And for instance, you can hear that. I mean, you just wake up and you see that people have died. You hear that people have died. Take Joss for example, and people just died. And before I even talk about the government, pretending that these things don't happen, or before you even have, our leaders come out to address these issues. I mean, I'm even talking about us for now. How it just feels like that we have now accepted that, look, this is just it. This is how we are living now. And we talk about it, like I'm doing now, which is great, which we must continue to do. Because when we even now stop talking about it, that is when we are done for. That is when there is now really. So we must just continue to speak and create awareness about these things. But what I'm saying is, yes, we talk about it, but then moving on, we move on to the next crisis. And we talk about that next crisis, and we move on to the next, because then they just keep piling up, and it just keeps happening, and it just feels like, oh yeah, that's it. That's how it is. That's how we're living, and it's just so. It's too much. It's too much, and it's also why, like, I decided to just take a break, just say, look, I was dealing with my personal issues, but I'm also like, look, Baba, just stay back. It's too much. You wake up and every day it's just like you're ranting, and then it now it begins to look like, you just want to rant and you just want to complain. But these things are happening, and we cannot pretend that they are not happening. It cannot become our normal. It must not. It's and I also see a lot of that Niger spirit, that Niger mentality in it, which sometimes is a blessing, but other times a curse. That if you've been as a Niger boy, you must survive. When anything happen, go back, we move on to the next one. If I feel live for Niger, I feel live for anywhere, I feel survive for anywhere. You feel me? Is that mentality, so we have conditioned ourselves to adapt to any hardship. So we're not trying to be cool. We're not trying to adapt to a situation or a country where things just work naturally. Things are just great. And I mean, yeah, every country has their own challenges, but like that, a country that at least provides an enabling environment for you to even succeed. So now it's not even about succeeding. A lot of Nigerians have given up on succeeding. Is just to survive. It's just about surviving for them. That let me even see something to eat this morning. If I can eat this morning, tomorrow we move. We know what to do tomorrow. We cannot continue to live like that, because that is where most of the problem comes from, because we are at home with it, and because the government then realizes that, they see that, and then there are tactics of distraction here and there, and moving on, and it's all right, it's all cool, it's all boogie. And it's not to say that we also do not have our own responsibilities to make the country a better place. It's not to say that also that we are perfect. I'm not perfect. I have a lot of things that are wrong with me, a lot of things that I would like to work on, and a lot of things I've made bad decisions. I've made, so I'm not speaking from a place of perfection, and I'm not saying that the people are perfect. But that's the difference, you see. The government, on the other hand, do not even understand the concept of taking accountability and responsibility. To them, they cannot even make any wrong. And to them, they believe that they are doing the people a favor. And to them, they think that, oh, whatever we throw at you, you should accept it, because you do not even understand how much it takes for us to be ruling you, to be ruling this, to be piloting the affairs of Nigeria. To them, they are doing us it's a great honor that they are serving us. So our leaders do not understand the concept of leadership. They do not understand the concept of sacrifice and selflessness. And if they do not understand that, how can the country be better? How can we honestly expect that things will be better? You have politicians embezzling billions in dollars. Embezzling billions in dollars. Those are the people that want to own up to whatever is happening in the country, that they should be able to. And what baffles me, what worries me is that, you see, some of these issues are things that can be avoided. Some of these things are things that we can actually do better on. We can actually solve. But because for them, if they do solve those problems, there is no way for them to embezzle the money that they are embezzling. They would rather not. And they would rather not. I mean, and all of this tragedy would happen, and for you to even get a statement from the president or from the governors or from those in charge, it's work for them. They do not feel that they owe the people an explanation. They do not feel that they owe the people a daily update as to how things are happening in the country. So, yeah, is why I'm just like, which after this video, I'll hide again. Because my head just they do bang, bang, bang like every day. Like, I see things, I'm like, waiting this up. And I'm like, how many things we won't talk? It's just like you're saying the same thing over and over again, and you are repeating the same thing. So like, what next? What's the next thing that we want to do? What's the right thing that we should do? So for as long as God, it is well, and this is also part of it. That's our default. That's our default setting. God, the next thing we say is it is well. It is well. We go survive. I just want to appeal to our consciousness as a people. This cannot become our normal. We cannot let it become our normal. And to the people that have platforms, to the people that are, we all have our social media accounts, and we can all do whatever we wish to do with these accounts, But what I'm saying is, to those that have become successful, on social media, that somehow you are succeeding, not even just social media, like you are succeeding or you're excelling because of the people that God has used to help you attain lofty heights. So you have fans and you have people that look up to you. And so I'm not, so support whoever you want to support. If you like what the government is doing, definitely, say the good things that you like that the government is doing and all of that. But always just remember that the people that God has used to bless you are suffering. They are suffering. And, think about it also this way, that these things, this insecurity and these killings and all of these things might not affect you now. But what about tomorrow? You might think you have protection, you have backing, it can never touch you. We don't know what will happen. We don't know how it could happen. But we wouldn't need to worry about that if the country is actually working, if we actually have leaders that are actively working to ensure that the life of every Nigerian is secured, that they are actually providing adequate security so that we don't need to worry whether if it be you tomorrow, if it not be me tomorrow. Okay. Bye for now.
Bye for now. It's heartbreaking for real. Nigerians, the best way is to come outside and protest, mass protest. Shut the country down enough. I don't know how I want me to tell you now. Nigerians, shut that country down. Enough is enough. I will end this video for now. Please share, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe. Please, thumbs up the video so that the video will go out. Please, I beg you. As you do so, God bless you. See you guys on my next video. Stay safe, guys, and bye-bye.